Hi everyone, I'm Becky. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome for the first time. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed and everyone who has liked and shared. It is so much appreciated. I really do thank you so much. Now, what are we going to do for the month of September? September is going to be a very interesting month, and we are going to do a 5-card spread. 4 of the cards, one each, will represent each week of the month, with the 5th card being the energies that we can expect as we move into the month of October. I'll also be crowning the reading today with 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck to give the angels the last word and to also give us some insight as to what sort of love energies may be at work during the month of September. It's going to be very interesting indeed. If you are into astrology, as I am, even though I'm not an astrologer, I'm really into it, some of the eclipse points will be triggered again this month. So, even though we're not having an eclipse, some of the other planets are moving over those exact degrees one more time, and so we'll be able to revisit some of the issues and refine and maybe develop some of the aspects that occurred last month. Also, Mercury is going direct. Yay! I hope Mercury retrograde has not played havoc with you as it has with me. I completely lost a laptop that decided to just stop, and that was it. So I hope Mercury retro has been kinder to you. Mercury will go direct on the 5th, but the shadow period of Mercury will be a little bit later on around the mid-month period. So we will want to hold off just a little bit if we can until Mercury is back up to full speed once the shadow period has concluded. Okay, so without further ado, on to the readings. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your September 2017 reading. Today we're going to be using 2 decks of cards to help us. We are going to be using the Numerology guidance cards, beautiful cards, lots of nice colors, and one-word message or phrase messages or one-word messages that are very helpful. Then we'll be using the Romance Angels Oracle card decks, which I know you're familiar with those. Now, what we're going to do in September here is we're going to lay out a 5-card spread. And what that will be is actually 6, but we'll use 5 cards from the Numerology deck. And the first 4 cards, each one will represent a week of September. The 5th Numerology card is going to represent the energy that will be with us as we transition from September into October. Then we will draw 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle cards in order to get an idea of what is the overall love energy that we may find here in the month of September. I've already created a sacred space, so let's get started. Angels, we are now reading for Scorpio in September 2017. What is the energy of the first week of September 2017 for Scorpio? Scorpio, September, there, that one. Angels, week 2 of September 20, that one, okay. Angels, wow, okay. You want, yes, okay, all right. Okay, so they're coming fast on this one. Okay, and for the energy of going into October, for Scorpio 2017, from September to October, transition energy. Angels, September, October, whoops, okay. Wow, thank you, angels. Okay, angels, now what I want to do is we want 1 card from the Romance Angels Oracle card deck to characterize the overall love energy for our Scorpios. September 2017 love energy, and there it is. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me just look at the cards for just a second and see what I hear. Scorpio. Oh. Okay, I just got it. Okay, All right, Scorpio, let's take a look. The cards we have for you for September. The first week of September, individuality, number 11. Pride, number 19. Relationship change, number 56. Healing, number 66. And the transition energy into October, personal growth, number 7. And the overall energy in love for the month of September is codependency. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, Scorpio, let's take a look. There's several different ways this can go, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the one way that seems to be coming out the strongest. And the first is this. All right, in the first week of September, which we are in now, there is a call. The angels are saying there is a call for you to embrace your individuality, who you really are. They want you to recognize your own value, your own self-worth. You are a unique emanation of the Most High. I don't even know where those words came from, but that's just what came to me. You are a unique emanation of the Most High. And therefore, you need to honor that, because by dishonoring your individuality, you dishonor the Most High. All right? So you need to honor that and know it. Know it in the depths of your being, in the depths of your soul. And you are to embrace that. Number 11 is one of the master numbers in numerology. So stand in your power. Stand in the knowledge that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are. Because Spirit does not make mistakes, and Spirit does not need to do do-overs. So in spiritual truth, you are this beautiful individual. So embrace that. And if there is a situation with someone in your life, Scorpio, with whom you feel this unhealthy connection, this unhealthy dependency, this unhealthy alliance in some way, like you feel like you need them in order to do whatever, be whatever. Somehow you feel tied to another person, and that you whatever they're doing somehow is affecting you, and you feel you need them for something, or you feel like you can't be without them. It can be a lot of different things, but angels are saying, no, Scorpio, stop that. Be who you really are. And I just heard, stand on your own 2 feet. Separate yourself from this weird energy cord that is attaching you to this other person in an unhealthy way. Because at the end of the day, you are an individual. You came into this world as an individual. And I would call on Archangel Michael, if that is within your spiritual conception. If Archangel Michael is part of your spiritual team, and if he's not, I would recommend you ask him to be on your spiritual team, because Archangel Michael is able to help you with cutting those energy ties, energy cords that are not serving you. Okay? So you can look it up if you're not familiar with that concept, but it's a concept called cord cutting. And that's why I'm saying it, because we've got the codependency card here. Okay? So there's some unhealthy codependency between you and another person, and it's going to be up to you, Scorpio, to separate yourself from that. And in week 2, you're going to be able to help yourself by having, now this word can be a pejorative term, yes, pride. But in week 2 of September, pride in what? Pride in yourself. Pride in the fact that you are able to stand on your own 2 feet. I don't know what this situation is, Scorpio, where you feel dependent on someone else and some kind of weird level. It could just be I don't know, there's all levels of codependency. I mean, the card says addictions are affecting your romantic life. What are addictions? Well, the usual is alcohol, drugs, and cigarettes, but it doesn't have to be that. Addictions to shopping, addictions to spending money, addictions, sex even can be an addiction. Whatever this codependency is on another person, you're going to be seeking out, and you're being advised and guided to seek out your individually and stand proud. Stand proud that you are your own person on your own 2 feet. Be proud of yourself. Know your self-worth. Know that you are an individual creation from the Most High. From the Most High. And that will start coming into your awareness, Scorpio, in week 2. And in week 3, you are going to see that when you are able to cut those energy cords from whatever codependent relationship you may find yourself in, where addictions of some sort, it can be addictions to popcorn even, whatever that addiction is, once you know who you really are and stand in your own self-worth and pride of who you are, you're going to find that that's going to shift this relationship in week 3. It may not shift all the way in week 3, but you're going to see the inklings of shift. And maybe it will shift completely, but you are going to be able to effect a relationship change. Why? Because you are changing this dynamic. No longer are you participating in some kind of unhealthy dependency or in codependency, because you, Scorpio, you have stood in your own being, so to speak, and you have shown up as your own individual emanation from the Most High. And yes, and they just said that you need to realize your own self, Scorpio, that you do not need to be codependent in any way on anyone. There is no co about it. There's no dependency. No. You're able to stand in your own right, in your own soul's light, and by doing that, you're going to be able to shift this relationship to a higher level, one that embraces, in the 4th week of September, Scorpio, healing energy. By doing what we just talked about, not only will you be able to shift this relationship, but you will be able to do so, and it will result in great healing for you both. Now, Scorpio, the other way this could play out, is this relationship change. Once you stand in your own power, and once you cut any of these energy cords, what could happen, Scorpio, is that the relationship change is that you decide that the relationship that you were in is unhealthy, and you will make a change to leave it. And so the relationship change will be one from dependent, codependent in this unhealthy twosome that you've got going, and there's something very unhealthy about it, and you will be able to finally say, you know what, I'm cutting these cords, I'm standing on my own, I'm standing in with all the power and light of who I really am, and I recognize my strength, and therefore I have decided that whatever is going on with this other person and I is an unhealthy, toxic dynamic, and therefore I am going to shift it. And the shift will be to leave it. Maybe. It doesn't have to be leaving, though. It could just mean that once you take the steps to stand on your own 2 feet and embrace who you really are and embrace your soul's light, that could just be the ticket, so to speak, to shift this relationship into the 4th week of September, which produces great healing. Now, Scorpio, I just heard, even if you decide to leave whatever this relationship is, leave it behind you, it's still going to be healing for you, yes, but also for the other. And I just heard 2 souls that came together to learn this lesson. If this makes sense to you in any way, if you don't have to buy into this, but some people do, and that the soul contract you made before you came onto the planet, you made a soul contract, and this was one of the lessons that you agreed to share in the learning with someone else. And so this is the moment of the learning, Scorpio. You have arrived at that moment, and where you choose to take it from here is, of course, up to you, and not all of you are in the same situation, and so therefore you will be choosing different solutions here. But no matter what, the angels want you to know that you can rest assured, no matter if you stay and shift the whole relationship to a higher level, or whether you exit from that particular relationship. If you do exit, know that the learning is done. The contract is complete, and the lessons were learned on both parts, and healing is now beginning. Okay. Now, as we move into the last week of September, the last few days of September into October, here is the energy that will be operating. And look at that, Scorpio, personal growth. The number is 7. 7 is a very, very spiritual number. Scorpio, this is really operating on a lot of levels. And I'm just feeling like it's such a soul's growth path that you are on for September going into October. No matter what, Scorpio, this is the moment of personal growth, and I just heard embrace it. All right. So Scorpio, whew, that was kind of an intense reading there, but then that's how Scorpios are, and that's what's so fabulous about them. All right, Scorpio. So that is, well, we've already looked at this card. I think we have, so we don't need to go over that again. So I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope some of this made sense to you. Remember, always embrace what you will and leave the rest. That's the best way. I will be back in the middle of September for a quick update for all the signs. So until then, I wish you peace and richest blessings, Scorpio, and great love beyond your wildest dreams. And so it is.